Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Rule the Waves as the United States Navy, episode number 52. It's incredible, 52. So the Mars under pursuit by unidentified ships, but which we all know are actually destroyers. And they're out to kill me. It's a very unusual time when you find destroyers hunting a battlecruiser that still is functional, but considering we've taken a few hits, which thankfully are still recorded here. Engine room hit. This is the main one. We also have another engine room hit here. Just some flooding going on. Lots of little things here and there that we just are... We're trying to avoid dying to destroyers, but we are at a huge disadvantage because of speed. Now, one destroyer got away. Two of our destroyers are done for. One is now sinking here, and the other... I'm pretty sure we had three. Well, it matters not. Let's just advance time and see if we can somehow avoid getting sunk by these destroyers, which probably just launched torpedoes again. Now, obviously, they aren't going to be able to do anything with their guns. Their main thing is they're launching torpedoes. All the while we're limiting flooding and engaging, and that's probably it for this battle. Just wasn't able to finish it last time. I'm even going to pursue, you know, if we can get lucky with a hit here or there, I'm all for it. Actually, no, I would prefer you be engaging the destroyer, yes. Okay, good. Just one hit and that thing's gonna go down. Ah, an 11-inch coastal battery. Well, unfortunately, I don't think killing that does anything. Otherwise, I would absolutely kill it. And there goes the McDougal. And another destroyer out to get us, but I think that this one is the sister ship of the other destroyer, the one who... So they have already launched all their torpedoes. Ah! Well... Don't even know how it's possible that we could be attacked by 3 torpedoes all at the same time. I like, okay, look. I might be wrong. Let's go back and look at the video. Let's go back. Video replay. Pretty sure that they don't have any destroyers left with torpedoes. Alright, so out we go. Oh, okay, so we do have... This is the other destroyer. Let's make our way towards port. Even though we're not going to get there within the length of time this video. Okay. So we lost a light cruiser as well. I already forgot about that. But, I mean, the trade-off was immensely in our favor. The Mars once again escapes with heavy damage. Literally the words they use, heavy damage. But we sink the Mimasaka, and that's 40,000 tons. As I said, the Mars is the Akagi killer. And also the Ikoma, which is a Mikasa. Pretty much the same as the Okinoshima class that we faced. With the only difference being, I guess this is 1,000 tons lighter, and I think that all comes out of deck and maybe turret armor? I'm not sure, but they have the same gun layout. Anyway... I want to see how many destroyers the Japanese had, because I just kind of don't believe that they had. I'm shocked that they had destroyers left. Okay, this one has light damage. This is the Hokazi class. Yeah, it's weird. She launched at 234, she launched at 336. She launched at 5:35. I guess it's 1 torpedo per launch for them? Huh. Alright, well, I guess that they didn't launch until that very last moment. Either that or they changed the logs. Okay. 2 victory points, 2 prestige points, lots of victory points, and a interface that needs to be adjusted. So everything looks good. Oh man, episode 52. So it's just worth taking a moment to think about. This series is just going on and on and on and on. But it is a blast to play as the United States. I mean, it's still fun and challenging because the game doesn't really allow too much unfairness. You know, even if you have 30 ships and they have 8, the fight will be like 5 on 5. So that's why I think favoring quality over quantity is more important in this game than it probably is in real life. I want to go to Southeast Asia. We got to bring in some reinforcements here. We desperately need more Terrapin Maximi maybe in Northeast Asia. So I'm going to bring in 2 more. And since you're done working up, we'll move you over to the west coast to just as a staging point. Now, I thought a little bit about this. Our ships are just getting... I mean, our light cruisers are just getting eaten up. Like, we're using the Great Lakes right now, but I'm actually thinking of bringing in... Which one should I bring in? The Galveston or the Grand Rapids? Probably the... Actually, it's pretty even. I think the Grand Rapids, like the Galveston is a decent ship, but it's just so fun having the Grand Rapids along for the ride. Yeah, let's bring all those ships back. Let's get you to move west coast. We'll put them all on the west coast for now. You to move to the west coast. Like, we don't really need that many Galvestons in the Caribbean because we have all the invader classes there. So I'm going to just equalize this 3 and 3. We have all the... Like, the point situation should just be astronomically in our favor. And we see that it is. It's 160 to 11. Remember, it's like 3 to 1 odds that you need to encourage invasions. And we also, just in case they monitor, like, capital ships, we have 4 dreadnoughts, 4 battle cruisers. Was it 4 and 5? Yeah, no, 4 and 4. So that's like an invasion which should be imminent. What's more, I mean, we're hugely outnumbering them in Southeast Asia as well. Alright, well, let's just wait for it to happen. Any one of those little pop-ups could be the end. 18 and 11. Oh, gosh. The Rufus Dawes, which is a democracy class. 4 months. Convoy attack? Yes, I actually do like the convoy attacks, even if there's not always the best. Oh, this is good. Oh, at last, the democracy class is here. 200 tons, the inferior to her sister ship, I would say. They're not really sister ships, they're more like cousin ships. Sister ships should be of the same class, I believe, but... And you can see that I dislike... I think it's pretty not as attractive to have the 2 different... Like, having a 3 and a 2 looks fine to me, but having a 4 and then a 3, just because the way the turret shape itself, the hexagonal figure of the 3 versus the more trapezoidal figure of the 4. It'd be nice if you could just change those images yourself. Make the 3 the same trapezoidal look as the 4. Then it would look fine. I mean, it would look maybe even better than the 4 and 4. But Anyway, live and learn. This is the 18-inch guns. God help whoever is the receiving end, on the receiving end of the fury of the democracies. Anyway, so convoy attack, it's nice. We know that they have to defend their ships. And they're probably right here because we have all these ships on a collision course. So, what I want to do actually is send in my democracy class first. The reason I want to do this is because they have much, much heavier armor. Let's let them absorb the blows. In the meantime, I'm going to have... Since the wind is out of the southeast, I prefer to be in the northwest. So we'll have the democracies, the Terrapin Maximi ships. Which does not, for once, include... Oh, we have the Cleveland and the Illinois. That's kind of clever. Midwest being well represented by our ships. So we're going to let them kind of gather some steam, get some momentum, going to the north. Depends on how many destroyer classes I have here. We have one, we have two. Okay, so you know what? This destroyer class is going to go with the battlecruisers. Now, we have probably only one ship in this one. It's true. So you can be a scout, line ahead, that's fine. We'll have you move south, and you guys will move north. I'm not going to put maximum speed to them, although, you know what, they do need some speed so that they can retreat if necessary. And by retreat, I just mean pull back to the democracies, the dreadnoughts. Oops, I just want to match the speed of the democracies with you. And then with you. I kind of want to hold my destroyers back a little bit more. And the Downs, the solo unit of its own division. Very unusual. I think we have to let things play out a little bit more before I can really be more aggressive with what I want to do. Okay, armored cruisers, possibly very bad for my light cruisers. And certainly out of range of vision of my main fleet. I don't know how the AI does things, if it knows that there's more ships off the horizon or not. But we'll see how they react. Okay, 2 battlecruisers. Probably in gun range. I mean, at this point, most ships have gun range only limited by their vision. Okay, here's the main fleet, which is fine. Alright, we're getting closer to being in range, the democracies. What are their speeds? 22. They're already maxed out, which is good to see. And I really want the democracies to come into range first because of that superior armor. 4.5 inch. I mean, these things are really, really beefy. Okay, the democracies are very close to spotting them. What I've tried to do, it looks like I've been successful, is get the other ships out of the line of fire. Okay, you guys need to go... Well, you need your team together, so... Like so. Alright. Alright, we're beginning to engage. Let's just hold them at long range. Okay, the Ohio lands the first blow in the engagement. We knew she had it in her. 18-inch shell. Now, quality 1 does not matter in terms of damage. Penetration, yes, but frankly, quality 1 17-inch, quality 0 18-inch, they're going to penetrate pretty much anything. So it doesn't matter, especially if it's a battlecruiser. I just can't imagine them having enough armor on a battlecruiser to stop any kind of penetration. Henry Ford chimes in with a volley of her own. See, a little bit ugly, that one configuration. That's what I would say. And these things actually have enough secondary guns with 12 6-inch guns per side. They can probably hold their own even against secondaries. I mean, escorts. Yeah, so the difference is 9 versus 12. Although having 9 is pretty good. Although the Mars we actually saw was not able to defend herself as well as we were hoping. We do need somebody to snake back through the lines. Oh man, this is brutal. 2 18-inch hits. One on the armored cruiser, which is probably actually a battle cruiser. One on the battle cruiser. And then a 17-inch hit on this battle cruiser. I feel really bad for whatever that ship that is. Finally, the battle cruiser is able to return fire in an effective manner. It strikes the Ohio, penetrating the extended belt. We don't have any armor there. All or nothing. But another 18-inch blow strikes each ship. Massive damage being done on each connection. Massive. Just massive. Okay, so let's have you guys go now Squad Max. Squad Max, and we're going to pull you guys towards the transport fleet. Oops. Aha! We've identified the armored cruiser as actually a 43,000-ton battlecruiser. The Mikasa. Another Mikasa. The Ford ship we don't know yet. And she has struck the Henry Ford's superstructure. Now they are kind of turning. I'm going to go ahead and allow my battlecruisers, who have been unscathed in this affair so far, to just pursue nose on. Yeah. So another hit on the Mikasa, 17-inch hit from the Illinois. The Ohio lands another 18-inch shell against whatever the Ford battlecruiser is. And it's midday, so we have plenty of time to pursue as well. Okay, I just feel horrible for this Mikasa. Supposedly she is, well, we don't know her damage state. With turrets less armored than her belt, I fear for their for their turrets. Okay, let's get them going that way. There we have the Okinoshima class. She's missing one of her turrets. Yeah, so she does have a 1/2 inch of armor both on the deck and on the turrets, superior to the Mikasa. And I have 27 knots versus 29. Wow. Hard to see. Okay, 14 6-inch guns. 14 6-inch guns. I don't know how they managed to do this Mikasa class. She's 2 knots faster, which is probably like, I don't know, I'm gonna guess like 2,000 tons worth of, and all worth of weights just to get that improvement. And yet the Okinoshima is actually 1,000 pounds heavier, only having an increased deck. That's probably like 1,000 right there. I could see a half-inch deck being equal to like 1 knot, but the half-inch turret I don't think is worth that much. Now, both of these ships, classes I should say, are very effective at pursuit, because they still fire the majority of their shells. We didn't turn yet, and it turns out that was the right move. The Ohio and the Cleveland both landing massive shells on the Okinoshima. Another 18-inch shell striking the Mikasa. I just feel bad. And here we are finding, I believe, the outskirts of the convoy, which we undoubtedly will be able to sink. Yeah, they're trying to move away. What we can probably do is start moving towards. Yeah, the rear guns already are not firing, but we can move parallel. I think we'll move parallel. Yeah, they might be splitting off to protect, to try to save the other one. No, I think they're just both dead. She's reporting only medium damage, or our best guess is that she's reporting medium damage. I don't believe that. I suspect much more than medium damage. What I want is these light cruisers to go ahead and drive through the ships over there. Okay, another bunch of ships is coming here. We're still landing a lot of damage on the Okinoshima and what was the Mikasa, which is now suddenly unidentified. Even though whenever you see the ship class, there's 0. I've never seen it misreported. So it's a little bit strange that you would not know what the ship was suddenly after being positively identifying it. I suspect that this is another battle group. So what we're going to do is pull off with the battle cruisers and begin the broadside of our dreadnoughts once more. I'm pretty happy that in the midst of all this, we didn't really ruin what would be called a battle line. So we're just gonna, this is the first time we're really trying to fight at range. And you know what, it's not really at range, but if you consider the fact that our vision bubble, this is about 2/3 to the edge of our vision bubble. Yeah, I think it's okay. Okay, that's good. Still landing hits on these two, which is fantastic. That is, we have identified one of those ships as a dreadnought. Now, with the, I think the only damage taken at all. Oh, no, we did get a hit. It's a 15-inch hit. What? Neither of these ships are sporting 15-inch shells. So a little bizarre, but we have basically preserved our battle cruisers, which is what I wanted to do for the pursuit, potential pursuit. And that could be to take on a completely unscathed dreadnought. That might be what they end up needing to do. Not a lot of activity. Another hit on the Mikasa. We are now approximating her damage as heavy. Certainly the Okinoshima is in heavy damage. She doesn't even have a turret which can face us at the moment, which is a great opportunity. We're going to spin the dreadnought south. Now I want to take at least one light cruiser with me. We'll take 2. And you as well. So the fleets are going to split. This is kind of a pivotal moment in the battle. Holy cow, that is a battle line. Oh my gosh. Okay, so reverse course, change direction. We need to be a little bit more conservative about our play call here. I'm moving behind the Okinoshima so she can't hit us. Taking all my escorts with me. And yeah, this is actually going to be a hell of a battle. I was not expecting this. But that is a full fleet of ships. So, we're going to rely on the democracies, knowing that our armor should... Oh man, they knocked out our front turret. Our front armor... I mean, our armor should save us. And the battlecruiser is just going to lob from a distance. Which I think is the smartest thing for them to do now. Another turret disabled. We're on the receiving end of some pretty fierce barrages here. 13-inch shells on the Fuji class. I'm not going to be worried about that. We have an Asahi class here, which does have 16-inch guns. It's pretty light, though. 29,000 tons. This is like a... I guess it's because they're only using 8 16-inch guns. But this is actually pretty decent armor. I mean, this is a great ship. 29,000 tons, 22 knots. I don't know how they did this. That's really an impressive ship. Okay, here we go. Well, the good news is at any point in time, which we feel really threatened, I can send in my destroyers. And that's a lot of ships that they're going to have to worry about. I mean, a lot of targets. But this is definitely not good. Now, a Setsu class, 13-inch guns. These are like old ships, my goodness. The heck is going on here? We finally landed a hit after quite a length of time without connecting. Fire started on the Ohio. These are the Democracy class ships. I'm like loath to actually pull them back at all. Turret issues abound. And this is the problem we can see immediately with having only 3 turrets. I didn't realize it could be this bad, but it can be apparently quite bad. Okinoshima has now brought her forward guns to bear. I think it's time. If not yet, it's going to be very soon time. I'm actually going to start working the destroyers around the edge. Alright. Cleveland finally... Oh, wow. One hit. I thought the turret was knocked out. Just a smoke bubble. Fuji class. Sagami class now. We have... She's also 12-inch guns, man. It's going to be a shame if any of these ships are able to do real damage to us. But we've already seen that they can. And the Shikishima class, which I don't think I saw until now. There's the 15-inch guns. Strange, I don't know how we got hit on the battlecruiser from like such a distance. Well, I am going to just assume that even with some of our turrets down, and if you look at the Ohio, it's 2/3 of them, we're still going to be able to carry the battle. We're going to win the day. So, get these guys to swoop behind. Okay, Shikishima's now taking some fearsome hits. And a lot of these ships are under 30,000. Just over. Yeah, well under. Just under. Just under. This one's decent. Which one's the 15-inch, though? How the hell do they have a 15-inch, 10-gun 15-inch ship? That's a pretty good ship. I guess I could make it better because they went with 5 turrets instead of triple guns in the front or something like that. Triple guns front and aft would be better than having this silly middle turret. You can see it's not even firing. Alright, so we're kind of screening the... I know this ship is trying to get away. and I don't want that to happen, so I'm kind of screening my destroyer's advance with this angling to the more to the west with the democracies. Our fleet is still relatively divided, with the battle cruisers now, well, apparently going to be taking the brunt of this. But it's going to give our destroyers more time to close, which is always a good thing. Pivot more. Yeah, the Shikishima has been... Oh, this is the other unidentified ship. Whew. Well, this is a heck of a battle. And now is probably the right time for our destroyers to be going in. I'm not sure. I do have some questions about their efficacy right now. And just as I'm starting to wonder, the Cleveland takes 2 hits. None of them penetrating, though. Good armor. We actually probably could have been launching torpedoes. No, they claim that they're not in range, even though I think they are. Like, are you guys able to? No. Huh. Okay, another Shikishima hit. I don't want any of these ships to survive, though. And we're not too far away from port. Oh, but neither are they. Okay, yeah. We have to push. Okay, so we need to seal off the north. I'll even take one other light cruiser. And this destroyer as well, north. And we're going to push them north. I don't want to push them north. I want to mirror them north. But that's right. I have this one battlecruiser which I do not want to get away. This is like a very valuable battlecruiser for them. And if I can sink that, it'll already be a fantastic day. So let's see. Which ones are you guys attached to? The battlecruisers. Let's enable torpedo firing. See what happens. We are kind of like taking swipes at the ships as we're going here, which I like. Of course. And 33 minutes, or we might have to wrap this up. This is going to be like the 3rd or 4th cliffhanger in a row. I apologize for that. Oh my goodness, what a great turn for us. Okay, so this is good. Jarvis is taking some hits, so I am going to force some torpedoes out of her. Out of arc. Okay, well, let's start with deploying smoke. But, aside from that, okay, that Cleveland actually took a hit. But then, this Asahi wandered a little too close to the sun, I guess, and took a pair of 18-inch and a pair of 17-inch shells. Considering she's 30,000 tons, I mean, a significant portion of even her own weight, I'm guessing maybe even like 1% of the ship weight, has just been received in shells. We will chase down this Mikasa. We will not let her go. Only 14 6-inch guns per side, which means you'll only be firing 7 6-inch guns. That's probably low enough that our destroyers could break through. Okay, let's just keep going. Another very good turn. This is Asahi just getting creamed. 2 more 17-inch shells, 1 more 18-inch shell. That's devastating. Now the Jarvis, are you able to connect yet? No. We're going to have to spin these guys around. Well, by the way, we need to look at one more thing before we go. 25 knots. Let's just see what kind of speeds we're dealing with. 22. They can't be very fast with this kind of tonnage. 22. 22. Yeah, and then 27 is the Okinoshima, but her max speed, I doubt, was anywhere near that now, considering the damage she's taken. Maybe 25. So as long as we're able to run down this one Mikasa, which could very well be going... I guess she's not going 20, because we're catching up. It says heavy damage, so she probably is going slower than... Probably slower than 20. Aha! Perkins launched torpedoes. Jarvis, you in particular are the one I was hoping would launch torpedoes, but nope, not yet. I see. Alright, it's probably time for us to start changing course. Perkins, there she is, launching torpedoes. Nope, that's the wrong one. I still want the Jarvis to be the one. Aha, some choices. That Fuji is snaking back this way. So we could launch something like this, which probably is most likely to hit. I'm going to launch the port ones, by the way, and finally be smart about launching the side ones before we launch the center line. So let's launch those. That's meant to attack the Shikishima, but might even hit the Fuji if she continues on this course. We're actually going to pull back away. I don't think we need to continue to launch torpedoes there. And I think we're just going to go ahead and we can cut off the battle cruisers. Well, shoot. Okay, the Iroquois is going to go ahead and assist these destroyers, who I'm going to prevent from launching torpedoes for a bit. Yeah, and our dreadnoughts are just going to start moving north. Okay, this is the big change in the battle. Battle cruisers are going to start swinging inward. Yeah, I knew this was going to happen. There are no friendly ships in that line of fire. I don't know what you're talking about. Somebody else sees reason? No, nobody sees reason. Who the hell are the friendly ships in line of fire? Jeez. Goodness. Well, just pull away. It's fine. We launched. Came, we saw. We came, we launched. We probably missed, but that's fine. Yeah, big swing north. Yeah, we did force them to turn. And that is good news for our dreadnoughts. Amazing how we picked out this Shikishima through the mess. Oh, the Okinoshima is actually down. She's not moving. Ah, well, that's ideal. Let's get somebody on her immediately. Turn back and launch our starboard torpedoes. Just all the clutter that we're causing from this is probably worth it by itself. And yeah, so 39 minutes. I really wanted to keep going, but let's bring this to an end. Thanks for watching, and I'll pick this up in the next video. Until then, take care.